Alright, how's it going? Today we are going to look at the shredder. The shredder is basically the counterpart to the crusher. If you're used to IC2, the macerator basically did everything that was crushing ores or breaking down purified ores, things that have been through an ore washer, or breaking down wheat, things like that. In GT6, they have been divided into two, so everything that has to do with breaking down rocks and ores will be considered the crusher, and anything that is, well, shredding it down to dust is going to be in the shredder. So the shredder comes in 4 flavors. It also has a large version, which we will look at later. But for the most part, you have 4 flavors. And its recipe is a crystalline diamond plate, 2 bronze gears, a robust machine casing, which is doubles and long rods with a wrench. That is the same across all recipes, just changing the material flavor for the gears and the casing, but you will always need the diamond plate. For anybody that doesn't know, the diamond plate is actually pretty easy to get. You can use a cutter, but be careful. It needs 96, and that is not easy to do early on. So you will need to find a flawless, exquisite, or legendary, which is also almost impossible. For anybody that needs to get one of those diamonds to make a shredder early on, it is fairly easy to get if you just go down to bedrock. Also, bedrock in the nether has small diamonds as well, so you can find those pretty well either at bedrock in the overworld or in the nether. And small diamonds has a chance of dropping any flavor of diamond or any quality of diamond, I guess. But if we look at the recipes here, basically you can break down your any of your stone things to the dust version. It's mainly used for processing, so all of your refined and purified ores can be changed into dust. They are usually very quick for the recipe, but some of them will be a little bit slower. You can also turn a lot of food things into remains, which can be used for fermenting. Talk about that later when we get to a fermenter. This is also the way if you're using a pack that allows bone meal. It's also your best way of breaking bones to bone meal and blaze rods to blaze powder, although note that blaze powder is 0.111 blaze, and the shredder will give out small piles of blaze, which are 0.25. So it will look a little strange when you look at it that you're getting small piles of blaze out of blaze rods. Go ahead and show it to you here. This has messed me up a few times. So a blaze rod is 0.5 blaze. A blaze powder is 0.111 blaze. And if you use the mortar, which is basically a manual version of the shredder, but usually with a crappier output for certain things, and it also can only be used for particular things. There are some things that are blocked from being done in a mortar, but that's basically what the mortar is. You'll see that a blaze rod will give you 0.111 of your blaze out of your rod, but then if you do it in the shredder, you get 2 medium piles of blaze, which is the full cost of the blaze rod. So then you would have to put those together and get them down to a tiny pile. And that would be your actual blaze. So you're actually getting like 4 and a partial blaze powder out of a rod when you do it this way. Makes it a little bit different, but it's the way it works. So basic setup. This is a little bit bigger than a basic setup. The most basic setup is just as the sluices here with a bronze burning box, bronze boiler, and a steam bronze turbine. We have upgraded here to a dense and strong bronze boiler with a steel. That way the shredder will run a bit faster. As I said, tungsten stuff, when it is in the shredder, will go very, very slow. So we have chosen to upgrade here. The input, as you can see, is on the top. The power is on the left and the right. So let me get recipe up here. Oh, now I see. There we go. I can't spell. So left or right is your energy input. Items can only go in the top and come out the bottom. Both of them are auto outputs. So no need to use hoppers or anything like that. So everything that comes from our centrifuge goes into here. Everything that comes out goes into that pipe. And it is very difficult if you're using these, as I am here for ore processing, to get things in an exact where one machine is only running when the other one is. As you can see, the shredder does not run for quite a bit, and then when it gets something, it will actually take a minute to run everything because of the difference in the speed of shredding. With it being a side input instead of a top or bottom, that makes it a little awkward for placing if you're trying to hide everything. You may have to work around with some plates, some pipes, things like that to get it to look good, but that is your shredder. And that is a pretty basic setup right there for it. I would suggest upgrading it like this eventually, but like I said, you can run it very simply off of a bronze setup. This is as basic as it gets on how to set it up and get it working. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.